The Labour Party will make sure that we put in place more efficient electricity generating plants to bring down the cost of electricity to you. I don't like to make promise. I make commitment. And under the Labour Party government, we are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big power plants. We are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big energy companies that can put the money in here to build the plants to give you cheaper and better electricity.
I need a light, JPS, I need a light. JPS is Jamaica people stress. We want stress where? We want light today.
The JPS did suffer significant damage, infrastructure damage, with the passing of Beryl, all island. The good news is, or the question that would come after, is can they afford to fix it? And the answer to that is yes. Arising from the experiences of previous hurricanes and the difficulty of securing insurance for JPS assets, the O.U.R. had approved in the rates for electricity a charge which goes to what is called the Electricity Disaster Fund, from which where there can be initial immediate resort to fund recovery when there is a disaster such as Hurricane Beryl. The fund currently has an accumulated value in the region of $50 million, and JPS will be allowed to draw down on this fund for its recovery. As a matter of fact, the O.U.R. had approved a drawdown of $5 million prior to the hurricane to help fund inventory preparations for the hurricane season. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's good news. The bottom line is that they did spend close to $5 million to get inventory prior to the hurricane season, and unfortunately, at the beginning of the hurricane season, Beryl hit Jamaica.
Estimated bills are definitely not ideal, either for JPS or for our customers. But from time to time, there are situations where companies, utility companies across the world, have no choice but to issue estimated bills to their customers. JPS is faced with one such situation now. Hurricane Beryl interrupted our ability to read meters. On one hand, we had to suspend manual meter reading for a few days because meter readers could not work during or immediately after the hurricane. We're still not able to get to some meters because of access challenges. On the other hand, the telecoms technology that facilitates the remote reading of smart meters was impacted, and this prevented us from getting the readings from the smart meters.
I want to make the position of the government and this minister very clear. Jamaica should never be put in a position again where a utility license granted seemingly protects the provider more than the customers. This is why I'm still at a loss to understand how they could do something like that, even with the legal side on their, the legal aspect of it on their side. This is not a matter of legality, this is a matter of morality. Madam Speaker, I don't know who took that decision, but I think that somebody must be held accountable for a decision like that in a time like this. The projected date for full restoration keeps moving further and further away. And again, I want to be specific. When you miss deadlines that were set for the 17th to the 19th, and you move them over into the 20th to the 22nd, which ended yesterday, then obviously the workload has not lessened, and therefore other areas that are to come back on track are pushed back. It's common sense. Madam Speaker, as of my last meeting with JPS management on Saturday morning, I was not satisfied with the answers to my many questions that JPS truly understands the pain and suffering of the people of Jamaica and the JPS customers after 3 weeks. Areas where the JPS has indicated that are restored, and upon checks made, they are not fully restored. What do I mean by that, Madam Speaker? They say sections. And I have a situation just yesterday where the member from North Central Clarendon showed me sections of Moko. And when I made inquiries and asked him to give me evidence, over 50% of Moko was not restored. So therefore, Madam Speaker, we have to give accurate information and detailed information to reduce the frustration and the misery index.
I need the light, JPS, I need the light. JPS is Jamaica people stress. We want stress, we want light today.